It's a bold-faced question. Step 1 is to figure out the conclusion of the argument, and this part here is the conclusion, that actual cause is what follows. Step 2 is to link the bold faces with the conclusion. See, the second boldface here is a part of the conclusion, so it is part of an alternate explanation that the conclusion gives, and the first boldface is a finding that the argument assesses, and in the process of the assessment, the argument ends up reaching its conclusion. So with that groundwork, let's look at the answer choices. Choice A. First is a claim. Calling it a claim is not correct. This is a concrete data. This is a finding, and therefore claim is not a good term for this. So this is not correct. And again, the accuracy of this is not at issue. The argument is not trying to assess whether this data presented in the first boldface is correct. So this part is also incorrect. Answer choice A can be very comfortably eliminated. Look at answer choice B. No, first is not an objection. First is simply a finding, and the first has not been raised against a position that the argument defends. It's the other way around, in fact. The argument is against drawing certain implications from the first boldface. So answer choice B is incorrect. Look at answer choice C. Yes, it is a concrete data, so it can be called an evidence that has been used in supporting an explanation challenged by the argument. You see an explanation challenged by the argument, and the second is that explanation. No. See, the second and the conclusion are in sync. So to say that the second is an explanation that is challenged by the argument would be totally incorrect. Answer choice C should be eliminated. Look at choice E. The first is evidence, alright, that has been used in supporting an explanation challenged by the argument. See, the first boldface and the conclusion are in sync. See, the however part started here. So from here to here, this entire part is trying to explain why this may not be correct. So the first boldface and the conclusion are in sync. And therefore to say that first is supporting something that the argument is challenging would not be correct. The way we said in answer choice C that second and the argument are in sync, second cannot be supporting something which the argument is challenging. On similar lines, even answer choice E is incorrect because the first boldface here and the conclusion are in sync. The conclusion is reached while processing this information in the first boldface. So in fact, even in answer choice C, saying that first is evidence that has been used in supporting an explanation challenged by the argument would not be correct because the first boldface and the argument are in sync. So another cross mark for answer choice C here. Let's confirm choice D now. The first provides evidence. Yes, this is a concrete data. It can be called evidence to support an explanation. So see, this part has been used to support this entire explanation. And therefore, yes, this can be said that first is providing evidence to support an explanation favored by the argument. And the second is the crux of the explanation suggested for the phenomenon mentioned earlier in the argument. And therefore, D does everything right. D is the correct answer choice. This is a difficult question with many traps. If you got this right and through the correct complete reasoning, a very good job.